Hey, I'm just cooking up a quick lunch for the kids. We're going to be doing a creamy chicken sun-dried tomato pasta. Now I haven't got everything, but you get that. Okay, so I've already pulled it up on the screen. I grabbed it off Cookie Doo. So start cooking. Now, 70 grams of brown onions cut in half. So just tear that. 122. It's almost right, but that's okay. I'm not going to use half an onion. Okay, next, 2 garlic cloves. Now it's quite a large garlic clove, so what I'll do. I have no parsley or basil, but that's okay. It'll still be delicious. I'm not going to use chili because my kids won't eat it. But I have got sun-dried tomatoes, so I'm just going to pop a couple extra in. So 100 grams I need. And there's actually a couple of capers in there as well. And that oil will just make it that a little bit extra more delicious. So, okay, 30 grams of butter. $24, sounds good. Okay, pop the lid on. Don't forget this, measuring cup. The light is really hard to see my screen. It's even worse for you. Okay, 5 seconds on speed 7. We'll have a bit of a chopperoonie. I love how fast the prep time is for Thermomix. It's fantastic. It just saves me so much time in the kitchen. So we'll scrape down our sides. Oh, wow, that's amazing. You know, that would have taken a couple of minutes. It's taken me a couple of seconds. One of the most beautiful things about a Thermomix is how speedy it can be. Okay, I've got all that. Okay, next, insert measuring cup again. Okay, we're going to cook it on speed for 3 minutes. Speed 1 on 100 degrees, so it's all preset for you. You don't have to do anything. So that'll be melting the onion, or melting the butter and cooking the onion. So I've also got some chicken, which I think I've got over as well, but I wasn't going to leave, you know, a little bit of chicken in the fridge. Seems silly. Okay. So while that cooks, did you know that you can look forward? You know, it'll be a little bit hard to see, but I'll try really hard to explain it. So there's 3 little dots up the top of your screen just here. And it actually says recipe details, scales, or cancel recipe. So if I want to see what's next in the recipe, so I can grab it out of the cupboard or whatever, just press on recipe details and you can read what you need next. Okay, continue recipe. If I forgot to weigh something and I just wanted to get it organised, it's also got the options to use your scales. So how easy is that? So Cookie Doo is all connected through your Wi-Fi, and there are thousands upon thousands of recipes there, and the filters are really great. So I said, okay, I want to use cream and chicken because I know that's 2 things I wanted to use today because the cream was out of date in 3 days and I've got a lot of cream, so butter's next on my agenda. And I knew I had chicken, which I bought on special yesterday. So if it's on special, it probably needs to be used fairly quickly. We did have chicken last night. It was delicious. We did just a steamed chicken with the varoma. We steamed up here with some veggies and some mashed spud. Now this is also called for penne pasta, which I don't have any of. But my little Amy, her favourite one is the wagon wheels. We've always got wagon wheels. I love to make my own pasta, but for things like this that are really quick and easy, I don't bother. If I'm having a special night, definitely always make my own pasta. It's so delicious. It's so much better than bought pasta. Okay, this is nearly done. It smells really, really yummy. The sun-dried tomatoes have got little capers in them. And I've got a little spy over here going, ooh, what's going on? What am I having for lunch? So off you go. Very distracting having children in the room and the dog running around. But that's okay, these are nearly finished. I'll just pop that there and hopefully it will probably slow over, so I'll pop it back where I had it. Homeschooling at the moment, the joys of being in isolation. Bye, Amy. So I've actually got a demo on tonight, so I think I might lock their doors. Okay, next, I want to go for the chicken. You see the steam coming out. Okay, so I've just taken off the lid, so you need to remember to, God, it smells so delicious. Tear your scales, and we want 500 grams skinless breast. And I think this would be okay if you use thigh as well. Actually, it's probably nicer if you use thigh. What are we up to for? Oh, I was pretty spot on really, actually. Oh, that onion's hot. Stinging my eyes. Okay. 519, perfect. 250 grams of pouring or whipping cream. But this will do. Put a little bit extra in. My boys are big eaters. 350 grams of water. Excellent. 80 grams of white wine. Now this won't be alcoholic for the kids' lunch, so don't worry. It'll cook off. That'll do. Don't want to... And chicken stock paste, which I don't have any of either, but that's okay. The veggie stock paste that you make with your consultant when you very first get your Thermomix. It's delicious, and that's really the only one I use. But I use it sparingly because I find that makes everything taste the same. So it says for 1 tablespoon. So I'm going to use 1 teaspoon. That's plenty for me. Give it a swish in there. You don't want to waste it because it's absolutely gold, that stuff. Okay. Oops, I went too far. What have I missed? Oh, I missed putting the lid on. I think I would have worked that one out. Okay. Next. Okay, 10 minutes on 100, just stirring. So that's not going to tear your chicken all apart. So while that's happening, I might show you some of the functions that the new TM6 has got, which is great. So what we're going to do is we are just going to go home and see, I don't know if you can see that little green bit there, that's a little book. So when I'm ready to go back to the recipe, I just press that book and it'll open up my recipe again. But this way, I can show you what's going on. So I just want to swish across. So these are all the functions that the new TM6 has got. So we've got our normal scales, our dough. Now, one thing, we make I love bread, unfortunately. But with the dough, someone said to me a while ago, actually years ago now, double your kneading time. It usually says 2 minutes. It's not enough. It is for a quick bread, but if you want to make a really nice, good quality loaf of bread, or any one actually really, except for probably focaccia, because that's really wet. It's a really wet dough. Just double it, or even triple it. It won't hurt it. It's only going to improve it. So that's something that's really important, I think. Now this is something which sold me when I first heard about the TM6. It's got a pre-clean. So you fill your water up to about here, a couple of drips of dishwashing detergent. All you need to do is, I can't use it I can't show you while it's actually going, but all you need to do is just press on the pre-clean and go, just turn it a little bit. And it'll go really slowly, and you'll think, oh, it's not washing it very much, but what it's doing is it's thinking about how dirty it is and how free those blades are. So I've been doing toffee in this because it gets so much hotter. And I do a crunchy popcorn for the kids, a crunchy caramel popcorn. It's absolutely divine. And once you've finished with it, those blades are solid. They won't move because the caramel just goes so hard. And what it'll do, it'll try and move. I can't move. I'm stuck. So it will heat the water up. No, can't move yet. And then it'll heat the water up a bit more, and it loosens it. And then it'll go, oh yeah, I can move now. So it's not, your motor's not trying to push those blades around and trying to burn itself out. So that was a big winner for me, I must admit. But right at the end, it doesn't do a very good job of washing up here. So I pop it on turbo, or just on speed 10, reverse the other way, and it cleans all up here and the lid as well. So all I really need to do is rinse it. When I'm doing a risotto or I'm cooking something, like frying something, sometimes it does catch at the bottom, but it has a really good effort to get it off. Then it's just a quick done. Okay, you can also use it as a kettle. So if you've got a really tiny kitchen, this is one other thing you don't have to have in your bed. You've got your blending. Needs slow cooking. That's something I haven't used yet, but the weather is starting to get nice and cool, so that's definitely on my agenda. But what I need to get, and the mix shop hasn't quite got them in yet, are the blade covers. So they sit over your blades. So as your blades are going around, they're not shredding whatever you're cooking, because sometimes it does get a little bit too shredded. Now, sous vide, you can do it in the basket for small things, but again, I'm waiting for that blade cover. They were so popular, they just sold out in a week. Fermenting, now that's something I do use a lot of. We love yogurt. So I've got these cute little yogurt pots that you can get on the mix shop. I should have brought some with me. And they're the perfect serving size. So you pot set your yogurt, and the only advice I have there is just get a really good quality yogurt to use as your starter. So I use a Jalna Greek yogurt, the pot set ones. They work really, really well. And I put a little bit of sugar in, or the kids won't eat it if I don't. And then I pot on whatever topping we're having. It might be berries or some coconut or some passion fruit, or I even make a really yummy granola. So that's really delicious on it. Okay, we've got the rice cooker. So once upon a time, this is all you could cook in your rice cooker. And look, that's plenty for us. We're a family of 4, and we've always got plenty of rice, because we don't eat it just by itself. We've always got a curry or something with it. But now you can use the whole jug. You can make a mountain of rice for a really big family, or a party, or whatever you want to do. Okay, and across here is the thickening mode. Now that is fantastic when you're doing hollandaise and béarnaise and mayonnaise and custard and the bechamel. The bechamel is divine, and it's also got 2 sizes. So if you just need a little bit for your cauliflower white sauce, make the small one. But if you need a big lot, if you're doing a big lasagna, we used to try and we have to make it twice. So now you don't need to. It's perfect. It's a great size. So they're all the different functions that we've got now. So let's have a look and see much. I've still got 4 minutes left. So what I might do is I might just pop you on pause, because you don't need to hear me prattling on. So I won't be long. Okay, so we're back. Time to pop the penne in, or as we like to call them, wagon wheels. So it calls for 250 grams. Maybe if I can pop a bit more in. Let's just go for a little bit more. Okay, next, insert. Let's have a little bit of and what I'll do, because I have put that extra bit in, I will just check a little bit later about halfway through the cooking and make sure it's got enough moisture. I can always add a little bit more cream or water. Okay. Probably should give it a little stir. Just make sure it's all under the liquid. How's that chicken looking? Oh, it's still in pieces, which is great. Yeah, it's not getting shredded at all, which is great. This pasta might have something to do with that, but okay, 7 minutes, just on a stir. Okay, that on, pop that over there. Now, thermoserver. Depending on when you watch this video, so this month until the 14th, you get a free one of these if you purchase, plus a free Eat Well cookbook, which is absolutely beautiful actually. I mean, they're on cookie dough, but still it's really lovely to be able to sit down and flip through a book, and quite often Thermomix has a bit of a deal. But what I do with all my risottos and pastas and things, just to make them that little bit healthier, bit of greenery is always good. I always pop some spinach in the bottom of the thermoserver and just let it wilt down. You don't need to cook spinach, and give it a stir, make up for the herbs I didn't put in it. So this will be able to keep your food hot for 2 hours. So quite often if I've got a dinner time meeting on, I will cook up a pasta or a rice dish or a curry, and I'll pop it in these, and then I'll head off to my meeting in the front room just on Zoom or whatever it is. So these are really, really handy. So if you can get your hands on one, don't say no. Okay, so we've still got 5 minutes. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so that 7 minutes is just about up. Couple of seconds. Stirring, stirring, stirring. Smells amazing in here. Okay. So next, garnish pasta with fresh herbs. Now, to me, that doesn't look cooked. Now, these are European, and they love the al dente. I don't. My family like the well cooked, and I'm not sure what pasta they use, but 7 minutes in my world is definitely not enough. The chicken's cooked, oops, but the pasta is still quite solid. So let's pop it on, I think, for another 7 minutes. And that's the beauty of Thermomix. You don't, I mean, you follow their recipes, but if you like it a bit more cooked, cook it some more. You don't have to eat it raw or very al dente. So I'm just going to go reverse, and I will check it. And I could have easily put more pasta in that too. And maybe that's why it's not quite cooked, because I have put those extra ingredients in. It's taking that a little bit longer. Oops, we might just pop that lid on before it spits everywhere at me. Most of the recipes are really spot on. It probably is because I've put that extra pasta in. But it won't be long. Don't worry, the kids have ordered out 3 or 4 times during this break time going, is lunch ready? Is lunch ready? It's like, Mummy's recording. Come on, go away. But they have done so well with homeschooling. I'm very proud of them. Only a couple more days and it's Easter. Well, they'll be on their Easter break anyway. I'll just pop you on pause because you don't need to stand here watching me for the next whatever. Okay, so I had a quick look and we've still got just under 3 minutes left, but it's done. It doesn't need any more. So I'm going to pop it in my thermoserver and let wilt the... It's a little bit chopped up down the bottom. A bit more than al dente down there, but that's okay. It'll tastes delicious. And I also did have a taste. It's nice, but it definitely needs seasoning. So I've got some salt and pepper. I'll just give that a stir. So we've got lovely spinach all the way through. Without trying to get it everywhere. I'm not the tidiest cook you'll ever meet. I think the penne probably would have not got caught on the blades as much, and it would have stayed a little bit more whole. That's okay. Now that spinach actually cooked, so delicious. So I'll just serve one up. The chicken's still in really nice chunks. It's not shredded to oblivion, which is always a bonus. And that pasta is beautifully cooked. So it just needed, and I would say it was because I put that extra pasta in, it just needed that couple of extra minutes. And what I also would have done before I did that, I would have got in and given it a really good stir from the bottom up, just to get that really cooked pasta up to the top and the more al dente stuff down the bottom. So definitely have a go. It's delicious. It's called the creamy sun-dried tomato pasta with penne or wagon wheels. Have a fantastic day and keep thermomixing.